see you. My name's Wendy and this is the story of my garden. I'm currently stood inside my greenhouse and it's absolutely boiling in here, so I won't be staying in here for very long. I am planning today to plant out some of my little French marigolds. I've got nasturtiums that are going out and some borage. I'm also planning on looking at doing my second early potatoes, which are a little bit late going in, and possibly also my main crop as well. But the first thing I want to do is show you some exciting little emergencies in the garden. So come with me. So over here we've got one bucket of carrots and my little parsnip experiment, and let's see if I can get close enough. We have some little parsnips coming out. There's another one over there, and here where I sowed the parsnips in the normal way, and there's another couple of parsnips come up there. Couple just there, and if I come along a little bit more, there's some more. So back in the greenhouse for just a moment because I wanted to show you this. This is my second sowing of the Eskimo carrots and they're looking really strong. Really pleased with how they've germinated and grown so far. And comparing the carrots in the greenhouse to the ones that I originally sowed on the 4th of March, these ones are not actually doing as well. But then these ones have been outside, so they've been subjected to a wider range of temperature fluctuations, or they've been subjected to a lower temperature range, I should say, because the greenhouse obviously gets quite hot during the day, whereas these stay at the ambient temperature. But yeah, these ones aren't looking anywhere near as good as the ones in the greenhouse. So we shall see. It'll be interesting to see when they mature and are ready to be pulled, which one is the better yield. This is borage. I grew it from seed. It's taken a little over 4 weeks to get to this size, and I'm just about ready to get it out of the tomato house and into the ground. So borage is a herb. It's got these fleshy leaves that are covered in very fine hairs, and it produces the most beautiful star-shaped blue flowers, and you can eat the flowers and the leaves. In fact, you can actually eat the whole plant apart from the roots. There's a couple of really good things that borage does. It attracts beneficial insects to the garden, and it's supposed to, sorry, being attacked. Bear with. So, borage. It's a herb. It's completely edible apart from the roots. It attracts beneficial insects into the garden. Not sure if it repels pests or not. It can be used as a green manure, and the roots, as they break down in the soil, release nitrogen into the soil. So it was almost like pea plants that they drag the nitrogen down into the soil and actually help to release that to the other plants that then take up the nitrogen as food. But this is my first time planting borage, so I'm hoping that it'll do do its job and provide us with lots of the lovely blue star-shaped flowers that it's known for, which you can eat, put them in salads, they look really pretty in a cocktail, you know, whatever. So I'm going to put these in with the brassicas, which is why I've got this netting up. This time of year the netting's only really there to keep the cats out rather than the butterflies, but it will obviously come in useful later on in the year when the butterflies are about. But I'll get the borage in now, and yeah. So I'm going to put one of the borage plants in this corner and the other one in the opposite corner, so they'll be flanking the cauliflower plants that I put in. One of the other things that I didn't mention before about borage is that apparently the roots also deter things like cutworm and wireworm. So they're a really good plant to actually have in your garden if you can find a little bit of space for it. And the other thing is its leaves, much like nettle and comfrey, can also be used as a natural fertilizer if you steep the leaves in water for a couple of weeks, drain them off, you can use the liquid as a natural fertilizer. So this end of the brassica bed I'm going to put in a couple of nasturtiums, and these are nasturtiums from a variety called Jewel Mix and one called Burning Embers. Nasturtiums are also edible, and they tend to attract the same type of pests as the brassicas do, but the nasturtiums are more attractive to the pests than the brassicas. So the reason why I'm planting those in here is to obviously try to draw away from my brassicas anything like flea beetles, which I have a huge problem with in this garden, aphids, caterpillars, that kind of thing. Hopefully they'll be drawn to the nasturtium as opposed to the brassica. So I'm going to put some of the marigolds in here with my onions, which will hopefully keep the pests away from the onions, and obviously they'll look pretty as well. The rest of the marigolds I'll be saving to go with my tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers and aubergines. So I'm just going to give you a little update on the potato situation. This is my first earlies, all looking really lovely, not been affected by the cold nights at all, which I'm so happy about. And I did manage to get my second earlies in. These are my second earlies, not quite come up yet. They've only been in for a week now. And then moving on to my main crop. So quite a few potatoes, or quite a few buckets of potatoes. Looks Someone's been digging in this one. Blame the blackbirds on that, I think. So as you can see, I think we'll probably have plenty of potatoes this year, providing they come up, of course. So I must apologise, I thought I'd already filmed an ending to this vlog, but I couldn't find it on my camera when I looked. So I will just leave you with this last little look at my potatoes and this fabulous green man plaque that my mother-in-law bought me, or bought us for the garden, which husband is yet to put up. But isn't he magnificent? Anyway, thank you so much for coming to see me again, and I'll hopefully see you again very, very soon. My next blog is going to be about constructing a poly house for the tomatoes, aubergines and peppers, and that should be coming out very soon. Thank you once again for coming and seeing me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!